Bickley and Marotta. Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
Deandre Ayton has two middle names, and one of them is Chidike. But if you put an L in front of that D and behind the D, that middle name magically becomes childlike. And really, you can find no better truth in advertising than that. Speaking of L's, Ayton is back in the news because of his comments to a Bahamian news outlet where he said he feels the whole world hating on Ayton, where he feels like he has no fans left on the planet, and he said he's dedicated himself to changing the narrative to, quote, unlocking whatever it is. And that, folks, is where I unfortunately call BS. And that's where I believe this is more of a case of self-pity than an epiphany, more childlike than newfound maturity. Because if you don't know what you're trying to unlock, that's a problem. And problems can't be solved until you identify the root issue. And Ayton still doesn't seem to understand that all he needs to do is work hard. Doesn't seem to understand that he doesn't play hard enough by NBA standards. So I really want to believe if Ayton could ever reach his potential, this basketball team might threaten the regular season victory record. And I know Ayton wants the best. And if Ayton ever could truly see the light, I would believe he'd show up at training camp with a real handle, with a real scowl. And if he stops flinging up goofy underhanded shots from half court before important basketball games, well, that would be pretty nice too. Until then, I am going to remain highly skeptical. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW, who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
I can feel the whole world hating me in a way, where I think I'm the guy a lot of people point at, and I see it and feel it. But mainly what I've been working on 5 to 6 days a week since we've lost is just motivating myself to change the narrative of what people think about me. You know, because no matter how you put it, I feel like I have no fans out here. You know, and I can feel it because the whole world's saying it. And my goal this whole summer is to change the narrative. Just unlock whatever it is and just completely just focus on me and change the whole thing.
Well, if the whole world is saying it, maybe it's time you start listening.
Maybe you start listening. Yeah, that's exactly right. And again, there is a very small percentage of Suns fans who are buying into this hook, line, and sinker. And again, they're citing mean people like me and Kellen and you. You people, you need to quit being so soft. We're talking about an NBA franchise here, okay?
You know what would be mean? Expecting nothing out of him.
Thank you.
That would be incredibly
He's a max player, too.
Stop being so soft. Quit worrying about DeAndre Ayton's feelings. That's a sign of a soft market is what that is. But anyway, so let's assume for a minute that DA has seen the light. What would possibly cause him to do that? Would it be the reaction to his playoff performance? I'm here to tell you, I've been told by an NBA guy up high, no affiliation with the Phoenix Suns at all, that little clip against Nikola Jokic under the basket, watching it all, even though every player in the NBA might have a brain cramp moment like that, that one hit different. That one said a lot to a lot of people across the league. What Tim brought up too, tapping out of Game 6, okay? Yep. After Game 5 in Denver, I was there that night. Game 5 in Denver, after the game, he was acting like he had escaped the worst of it. Like he was going to be okay. And then suddenly he wasn't. I'm with you. You don't want to go down the slippery slope of questioning whether a guy's injured or not. That's
tough on
inappropriate.
Me, yes.
Yeah.
But
you really there's a line you try not to cross, and that's one of them. But you and I also know what championship basketball looks like because we've lived it, and we know it doesn't look like that. Guys tapping out of elimination games.
I didn't think there was I remember we did a round table that day, Bick, and I didn't think there was any way possible DeAndre Ayton couldn't be on the floor that night or wouldn't be on the floor that night. Right. I thought it spoke volumes that he tapped out. He didn't play. He didn't want any part of Jokic. Jokic beat him into submission. It's funny, Jared played a clip from Zach Lowe earlier in the show about how, and this just speaks to how much the Suns actually still needed DeAndre Ayton in that series. That Zach Lowe made the point that they were almost better off with Jock Landale. Well, no, they weren't. No, they were not better off with Jock Landale because we saw what Game 6 looked like without Deandre Ayton. I mean, it turned into a 40-point blowout. I mean, as much as Jokic destroyed Deandre Ayton, Landale had no choice. I mean, the Sun, for all Ayton's faults and issues with heart and playing hard, the Suns certainly still needed that guy out there on the floor because they had no chance in Game 6 to even compete with the Denver Nuggets with being so shorthanded in the middle defensively. Mm-hmm. But bigger picture, I think to a man, Suns fans, when they hear Deandre Ayton say that in the Bahamas, yeah, it's better than what he said back in April when he seemed completely unaware of any issues with the way he plays on the court. Motor, come on, I play both ends of the floor. My name is Dominating. I run on a Tesla battery, fully charged. Like, oh my God.
What are you talking about?
This guy doesn't even realize there's a problem.
Right.
So now at least he realizes there's a problem.
Yeah.
Now, I know the line that really bothers you when he says, I'll try to fix whatever it is. In other words, like, I don't know why everybody hates me, but I'll try to fix it.
Yeah, I'm going to unlock whatever it is. Wait, what do you mean whatever it is? How do you unlock something if you don't know what you're looking for?
It's like when the boyfriend apologizes because the girlfriend's mad, and you're like, what are you apologizing for?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever you're mad.
Yeah, right. Whatever makes you mad. Just stop being mad, please.
Makes me even more mad.
Right.
Or when the girl says, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Fine.
Lies.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Lies.
It's fine.
What's wrong? Nothing.
Nothing. But nothing. As she looks out the car window.
But
As she sharpens her knife.
the thing about the Ayton soundbite that we played now several times throughout the show is that it's just the nuance and how you interpret it, because he does say, like, I want to prove everybody wrong. I'm working on 5 to 6 days a week. I'm working on this, which makes you think like, okay, he knows there's a problem with him and he knows he needs to improve and he wants to work on it. But then the other stuff about how everyone hates him, everyone's against him, everyone's so negative. Does he feel like he's being unfairly criticized? Does he feel like he's being picked on unfairly?
There seems to be a little woe is me.
Which is the difference between self-pity and epiphany. As I said in the blast, there's a difference between, okay, you know what? I've sat down, I've looked at film, I've realized I am not playing basketball at a championship level when the postseason gets here, and I've got to get better at that. If you heard something like that, I would go, okay, at least he's identified what the issue is. But he has shown no ability to really comprehend what he isn't given the basketball team. And that's why people are throwing up their hands.
It's the difference between epiphany and opitome.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
And I think at the end of the day, I think every Suns fans can universally agree with this. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me. Show me.
That's it.
Show me.
That's it.
And boy, the parallels with Kyler Murray and D.A. just continue on, don't they?
They do.
They really do.
Here's the other thing, just in conclusion. We all want him to succeed. We're not rooting against DeAndre Ayton. We know that this Suns team is the best if he can figure it out.
And you felt the need to say that. Why?
Because his statement about how, he feels like everyone is against him. Mm-hmm. It's not that everyone is rooting against him. It's that everybody is negative towards him because they think he can do more.
Everybody wants more.
The small faction of people who think this is a media issue, that it's a hater issue, you people are soft. That's the bottom line. And it's the reason why you got to up your standards here. If you want a championship team, you've got to up your standards.
Again, if we didn't think that he was worth a damn, that he couldn't do anything, we wouldn't be talking about him all the time. He wouldn't be relevant.
Real quick before the break, you just said a very key word. They need DeAndre Ayton to win a championship. Mm-hmm. Period. Mm-hmm. Period.
Yeah.